I really want to talk about is just erasing history, or all these directions we're going in. Hard for me to say that we need to eradicate a lot of this history that's out there, because we learn from our mistakes, right? And I'm all for power to the people, but it's the people. We made all this presidential race this time, keyword being race, about power, about, all these different cults, or all these different things, all these different facets of, ugly organizations. And we allowed ourselves to vote based on hate. And it created the biggest division in American history for a presidential debate. It didn't bring us together. It pulled us apart. And that's sad. And unfortunately, it's through the conduits of all the social media and all that, and just the freedom to say what we want. Well, that's coming to an end. You know that, right? That censorship is going to come on strong. I mean, it's saving Trump some grace right now because they banned him from Twitter, because he speaks freely. That's one of the things afforded to us Americans, freedom of speech, right? I guess it's not speech when it's in the context of type or text. So do we give up that freedom? Do we give up that right? No, I think that needs to carry over. I don't think they need to take away that liberty from us. But we also need to somehow recognize, as human beings, we could take information as true without sourcing it ourselves. And that has fed the frenzy to this whole division through this whole presidential race. And of course, it is now moving on after that. And our own president in place is still feeding into that. I mean, that's a shame. Let's not feed into that, and let's move on. Stop focusing on, what you think was broken in the past. Fix it and move forward, and then show us your victory. Show me your victory. Get my support in 4 years. I really just don't think that you have what it takes, Joe. Put Kamala in. Let her be the first U.S. president. Let her be the first U.S. black president, as a matter of fact, no matter what her race background is, right? I could care less about that. I just don't think that man is fit to stand behind that podium as commander-in-chief. And why aren't we taking the word commander-in-chief away? Isn't chief signifying some type of, discrimination against Indians? It wasn't that a term used basically by tribal? Chief, the person in charge. So it's the irony of, I'm just saying, now we're wiping all these sports teams' names, even though that the right was given to an Indian tribe and an Indian leader to name one of these great sports teams, and he's flabbergasted that they're pulling that. That was something that he was proud of, and we're taking that away from him. Do the research on it. So, yeah, where are we going now, man? It's 2021. Where are we going? What's our future look like? Because we know what our history looks like, because that's what we refer to as history. It's behind us. And you always hear me say, put that in the rearview mirror, never look back, and just go ahead and hit your next speed bump. I'm curious to see how 2021 is going to close out into 2022. Are we going to see, everybody says cyclical, gas prices and all that. Listen, what the president is doing is going to have an impact on our fuel cost. And yes, fuel prices are cyclical. They will rise and they will fall. But they rise and fall based on what's going on in the economy. And then sometimes when the economy is not doing good and the cost for crude and everything else costs more to get from point A to point B, who absorbs that cost? Well, us American people will absorb that cost. So be sharp, be thoughtful, and just know that there is a direct impact of what he's doing, whether right or wrong, whether you agree or disagree, that is going to have an impact on your fuel cost. And that's no bullshit. Hence the sign behind me on this side. Listen, with that being said, take a different approach, right? We're still battling COVID-19, aka the vid, and the shots are coming out, and we had all this blame that was laid on the past commander-in-chief, right? Everything that was going wrong, they led it to be the president's fault. And it seems like we're veering away from that now. No one's going back to blame Joe, but that will come. Without a doubt, it's going to come, because everything was supposed to change and get better. So we'll give it 1 year and we'll see where it's at. But anyways, People are being vaccinated. People are getting sick from the second shot, from the vid vaccinations. I mean, they're contending with it. There's been trials and tribulations, so and they're still pushing along to hopefully slow the spread of COVID. And to what degree? I mean, you look at all the other medical stuff that's going on, there's decrease in that. Is that because everybody's being diagnosed more so with vid or versus any other ailment? I'm not going to say that I agree to disagree at all with that, but this is just kind of not a rebirth. This is just kind of a kickstart again, going into 2021 with the Poppa B Show. And I just want to sit here and talk a little smack today. And tomorrow will probably be one of those ones where I'm going to give a little bit of advice about, work and how you approach things. And it's just key takeaways. I give key takeaways on my social media platforms all the time. And a lot of times I'll base it off what's going on in my own life. But these are mine. I write these consistently. If they are quotes by somebody else, I'll put it there. But these are things that I create in my mind, and I put it down because there's some way had an impact on my day-to-day or something that's transpired in my life, on my job, or in general. So with that, this is the Poppa B Show. I'm out of here. Make sure, smash the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends. And this is the relaunch of the Poppa B Show 2021. Thank you all for watching.